Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Nene. I be calling y'all Nene Navies, but I think we need to find another name for y'all because I'm not liking the Nene Navies because like I'm not trying to get copyrighted. Navies is already a thing. Y'all trying to get me sued? I don't got no money. Like look at me, look at my shirt. I'm broke. Your girl ain't got it. Do y'all miss me? Cause I miss y'all. Look at you over there looking all beautiful and stuff. Period. But anyways, let's get into the video. This is a video that's been requested by a lot of people. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but then I said, you know what? I might as well just do it. It's a real sad video, y'all. It's gonna be real sad. I'm gonna try my hardest not to cry. But if I do, y'all please excuse me. So I'm gonna start the video off by inserting a few pictures of my brother. So just so y'all can know who he was and who we're talking about, because a lot of y'all don't know who he is, but a lot of people do know who he is. On March 29th, I woke up. It was a regular day, y'all. Like, I ended up, my brother's baby mama texted me a few days prior to that and was like, do you think you could do my hair Friday? And I'm like, yeah, we could do your hair Friday. How you want to get your hair? And she was like, I just want to do I just want to get some stitch braids. And I'm like, okay, we could do some stitch braids. Y'all know, if you know me, you know, like, if you watch my TikToks, you know I do stitch braids in like an hour. I could do 6 stitch braids. So we did her like 6 stitch braids. She was talking to my brother. She was texting him or whatever. And they was communicating. And I hadn't talked to my brother that day. I had talked to him like a few days before normal day, y'all. It's just so crazy because my baby daddy ended up coming to get all the kids. Like, he literally came and got all the kids from me when my sister-in-law left from getting her hair done. So I'm like, okay, I don't got none of my kids. Y'all, at this time I didn't even know like I was like pregnant still. I just know I was really tired. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go in a room and I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna get me some rest. I go to sleep, y'all. I go to sleep around 2. And the house is empty, y'all. Like, we was at my house at the time, and I told you I had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and the house was empty. It was no kids there. It was just me. And y'all know, if you a mama or if you anybody, you know, like, bitch, when it's quiet, you're going to get you some sleep, okay? Like, honey, that's your time to get your sleep. Y'all, I was knocked out. I ended up waking up out my sleep around 6:30. I don't know the exact time. But when I woke up to a message from a girl who used to be my friend. In that moment, y'all, I literally couldn't do nothing but scream. Like, I just started screaming. Like, my phone, she was like, where you at? I said, I'm home. I just woke up. She like, I'm on my way to come and get you. She was like, they rushing him to the hospital. They said he gone. He didn't make it. She was like, they saying he dead, friend. Like, they saying he gone. Screaming to the top of my lungs, y'all. Like, I'm in my house screaming, like, no, like, I'm literally saying, like, God, please, like, no, because my brother been shot before. He got grazed in the head, but he survived. So I have faith, but it's like when she said that, they said that he was already gone, I started screaming, y'all. I dropped to the floor. I was screaming so loud. I was like, God, please, like, you gotta pull him through this. Like, he's literally all I have besides my kids and my mom. That was literally the worst day of my life. Like, I've never been through anything worse than that. I ended up getting another call from somebody who was on the scene. And she was like, call me ASAP, please. Like, I seen the message and I ended up calling her. Because she called me like 2 times, y'all, and I didn't answer because I was asleep. So she texted me. She was like, call me ASAP, please. So I ended up calling her. And she was like, Nene, your brother just got shot up here. It's not looking too good. You don't want to see him like this. He gone. Like, he gone. And I was 30 minutes away from the scene, y'all. Like, I moved away. So I had to drive all the way back to my hometown, to my home city, to where my brother was. And my friend was driving there, y'all. And while we driving, she ran out of gas. So at that point, we was outside the hospital. We was waiting. Everybody was praying. It was a lot going on. Somebody came to the hospital with a picture of my brother on the floor inside the store. I was good, y'all. Like, I was good. I wasn't crying or nothing. And when I seen that picture, I broke down. I'm talking about broke down to my knees. Had to sit on the floor. Because once I seen that picture, then I knew like this shit is serious. This is not a game. This is not a fire drill. This is nothing like the last time. This is serious. Still had my faith, but it's like once I seen that picture, I just knew. Like my heart just told me like, don't get your hopes up. This was around 4 or 5, y'all. A doctor came, the surgeon came out, and he was like, we have to take him back into surgery because we thought that they was focusing on one thing, but he had internal bleeding, and they had to go in and find out where he was bleeding from to be able to stop the bleeding. So he had to go through 2 surgeries. One of them was to get the initial bullet out, I'm guessing, and then the second surgery was to stop the bleeding. But when they came out, I'm like, okay, like maybe that's a good thing. Like if he made it through the first surgery, I just keep telling myself like if he makes it through surgery, then I don't care how he comes out of this hospital, as long as he come out of this hospital. If he's making it through the night, he's fighting, he's trying, he's not giving up, so I'm not gonna give up on him. But the doctor also told us, when I asked him, I said, that's a good thing, right? Like he made it through the first surgery, like that's a good thing. And he was like, do not expect him to come out of this. He was like, this is not a good situation. He said, it's not looking good. He said, I'm gonna tell you straight up, don't expect him to come out of this. And I'm like, but if you telling me he's alive and he made it through the surgery, why are you telling me that he's not gonna come out of it? Like, why are you giving up on him if he's not giving up on himself? I literally told him, I said, just do whatever you can to get him out of this second surgery. You already going into the surgery with a negative attitude instead of having a positive attitude, even if it's a negative outcome. So we waited outside of the hospital until about 7 that morning. 6, 7 that morning. The doctor came back outside and he said he made it out of surgery, and a nurse was going to be setting the room up for us to go upstairs and see him. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna be able to see my brother. Like, he made it out of surgery. Like, it's gonna be a long recovery, but he made it out of surgery. God is good. Like, you always hear if they make it out of surgery or if they make it through the night, then they should be, the odds of them coming through it is like so much, it's so much bigger. And y'all, them people did not tell me. He said, prepare yourself for what you're about to see because he does not look the same. I don't know if you want to see him like that. They had fixed him up, like they cleaned him up and stuff, but he still warned me, like, viewer discretion, like basically told me like what you about to walk into is not, like, you need to prepare yourself. Like, I didn't care how he looked. I wanted to see my brother. I went into the hospital room, and y'all, as I was walking up to the room, my stomach was in knots. My mom did not go up there with me. It was just me and my brother's girlfriend. She ended up walking up there and going in there with me. My mom, at that point, she had done shut down. She didn't want to see him like that. She was just taking messages through whoever went up there to go see him. And when I got up there, and like I was telling myself, no matter how he looked, don't react, because he may hear you. And he may know exactly what's going on, and you don't want him to panic. I went in there, and I seen him, and I was talking my shit to him. And I was also crying, telling him I love him, telling him he got to pull through, like, we need him, we ain't giving up on him, he better not give up. I noticed that he was on a breathing machine, he wasn't breathing for himself. And I'm like, nobody ever said that. Like, they didn't tell me that he was a vegetable. Nobody ever said that. I really thought I was gonna go in there and see my brother in his normal state, talking shit. Like, they didn't tell me, oh, the machine is breathing for him. They didn't tell me none of that, y'all. I literally found that out when I walked in the room. And I was like, in that moment, I just felt like, I felt played. But I'm like, they didn't say he dead. Like, they never said he was dead. So it's like, he ain't dead. Like, maybe he's in a coma. I talked to him. I told him I love him. I sat up there with him for a few minutes. I kissed him. I called my mom. I put my mom on speaker, let my mama talk to him, and I told the nurse, I said, I'm gonna leave for a few hours. I need to go get me some rest. If anything changes, call my phone. I didn't go way back to where I was staying because I was staying 30 minutes away from there, like I said. So I went to my friend's house, y'all, and I ended up sleeping on her couch. Early that morning, my mom was like telling everybody, okay, y'all, we gonna leave and we'll come back up here in the morning to see him, you know, like come back up here. Like we gonna leave and go get ourselves together for a few hours now that we know he made it out of surgery. But we're going to come back up here. And my y'all, I was crying so bad because I'm like, I don't want to leave him here. Like, I don't want him. I woke up 7 o'clock that morning, y'all. And I was like, Mom, we got to go back to the hospital. Like, we can't leave him up there like that. Like, he can't be up there by himself. Like, we got to go back up there. He need to know we there. He need to know that we fighting for him. He need to know we not giving up on him. We need to go back to the hospital. Y'all, this time when I get in the hospital room, it smelled like straight death in the room. There was a doctor in there that was cleaning the blood from around my brother's nose and stuff. And if your stomach is weak, you might want to get off the video now. At this point, his whole face was like he was swollen. I noticed like his skin was turning different colors. His fingernails was very yellow. Like when you lose a lot of blood, basically like jaundice was like, you could tell like he was gone, y'all. Like it ain't no other way around it. He been gone. Like I feel like he was gone since they said he was gone at that store. I feel like he was gone at the store, but I feel like they just kept stalling him because they didn't want to deal with us that night. They didn't want to give us that news because there was so many of us out there. Then I know they did that because they didn't want us to act out at that hospital at 4 or 5 in the morning. I said to the nurse, to the doctor, I'm like, y'all, up under his bed was so much blood. They never even stopped the bleeding, y'all. Like, they never even stopped the bleeding. Up under his bed had so much blood up under it. They was stacking towels on top of the blood. That's how the blood was pouring out of his head, y'all. Like, pouring out of his neck, like pouring out of his mouth, like pouring out of his nose, like every hole in his face. That like you could literally, the dude was literally trying to keep him cleaned up with like a napkin so that I wouldn't see it. Like you know, like because he was his nurse, he was supposed to do that. He was cleaning him up when I walked in there, and it was like 30 towels up under his bed filled with blood. Never got a chance to stop the bleeding. He just was laying there, a vegetable. He was still bleeding. Like they never stopped the bleeding. Like they just was like, he was already dead. Like it ain't no way around it, bro. He was already dead. I end up going downstairs and I end up letting other people come upstairs. The other family, I'm like, okay, let me go downstairs. Let me go down here and talk to my mom, give her an update on how he's doing. I went back up there. When I let a few people go up there, I told my older cousin to go back up there with me because at that point I couldn't do it by myself no more. So when we got back up there, when she went up there with me, I went up there to go talk to the main doctor over him. And the dude was telling me before I walked out the first time that somebody was going to come up there and do a test on him to see if he had any brain activity. So I went up there and I told my older cousin with me up there, and he told me that my brother had 0 brain activity, and he said that if he was me, he would pull the plug and he would not allow my brother to sit up there and suffer, because there was a 0% chance of him coming out of that, coming out of the coma that he was already in. It broke my heart, but I kept telling him, I was like, listen, I'm not pulling the plug on him right now. He's only been in here for 1 night. I said, I'm not giving up on him right now. I said, I'm going to give him 72 hours. I called my mom and I said, we're going to give him 72 hours to come out of this or try and get some progress, to see if something could go to opposite, could something good could come out of this. But we're not just going to give up on him and pull the plug because you're telling me whatever you're telling me. Like I said, I don't care how many times you say it, because he kept telling me you need to pull the plug. Like if I was if this was my family, I would not just leave him in here like this. I would not have him, because he's not coming out of this. Like are you hearing me? It's a 0% chance that he's going to come out of this state. And I said, I believe in God. I don't believe in men. I don't care what you say. I'm not giving up on him. I'm not going to pull the plug right now. I'm going to give him 72 hours to come up out of this. And if he don't, then we may pull the plug. But you're not going to make me pull the plug and he only been in here for 1 night. Y'all, as bad as that hurted, I walked downstairs. I told my mom, I'm like, we've resuscitated your brother 3 times. Which meant we had to break bones, we had to break ribs, we had to do all this to do CPR on him and bring him back 3 times. He said he went too long without oxygen to his brain. He was suffering, and my mom put me on the front. I had to pull the plug on my own brother. Like, I literally had to tell them, like, I told him, I said, I don't want to pull the plug. I'm going to give him 72 hours, but if his heart stops within them 72 hours, don't resuscitate him no more. I didn't want them to break no more of his bones. So I told them no. I told them no. Y'all, I tell y'all no lie. I left out the hospital. I went downstairs and I told everybody, I said, if Nick heart stops again, they won't be resuscitating him. I signed a DNR because they had done broke so many of his bones, giving him CPR 3 times to bring him back to life. They told me it was a 0% chance that he was going to come out of the coma. I'm not pulling the plug on him, but if his heart stops again, that means he's done fighting, and I'm not finna keep putting him through that. That was the biggest, hardest decision I've ever made in my life. And I gotta live with that for the rest of my life. I gotta live with that for the rest of my life. I probably was outside for like 20 minutes, y'all, and the doctor called my phone and said, hey, you might want to get in here because his heartbeat is declining, his heart rate is declining, his blood pressure is declining, and he's going to be gone any second now. I told everybody, all his friends, I said, y'all better go up there because Nick is about to pass away and his heart's about to stop again. And y'all better go say y'all goodbyes because once his heart stops, that's that. They're not resuscitating him anymore. So now I'm basically going to tell y'all about the part about the funeral. My mom, once again, I told y'all my mom did not want no parts in anything besides providing the money that she had to provide to bury her son. She did not even want to go to the funeral home to plan his funeral or do his funeral arrangements. I was sent there to do it with my older cousin and with my sister-in-law. I ain't gonna lie, I did a big one. Like, nobody can tell me nothing. Like, I picked the colors, I picked his outfit out, I bought his outfit too. I'm gonna show y'all a picture. He had on Prada, everything. Like, he really went out with a bang. Like, I can't even lie, y'all. We got his casket wrapped. His homeboys did what they did for his casket. Like, one thing about my brother had some real homeboys. Like, they really were stand-up guys. They really are stand-up guys, and they came through for my brother. Y'all, I had to literally do everything. I was on the front row for everything, from having to decide what happened at the hospital to all the way to the funeral home to all the way to basically the end of the funeral. Like, that was me. All the planning, I know he know I did a big one. Like, I know he's proud of me, and I'm just, like, it's sad, but it's bittersweet. Like, I know, like, I know he's in a better place, and I know he looking down on us, and I know he proud of us. Like, I just know he's proud of how close me and my mom is. Like, I know he's just proud of what I'm doing with myself. Like, I know he's proud that I'm doing everything that I said me and him was going to do together as far as, like, TikTok and YouTube and social media. We always wanted to do that, and I know he's just so proud of me, y'all. Like, I know he proud of me. Hold on. But that's the video. And this is gonna be the end of the video, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for supporting me and my family. Thank y'all for just being here for me, being a listening ear, y'all. I'm glad I finally got that video over with, y'all. I finally was able to talk to somebody about it and get it out. Like, I'm just happy that I'm able to tell my story and tell what happened to my brother. And you know, like, I'm just happy I was able to open up to you guys, and you guys are a part of our family now. So just pray for me and my family. Like, don't talk about us, pray for us. That's all I really could say. Like, it's been 5 months since my brother been gone, and prayer works. That's all we ask for, is for y'all to pray for us, and we gonna get through it. God got us. God got us, and we got each other. So thank y'all, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. I love y'all. Everybody is beautiful. Y'all comment some names that we could, like, I could call y'all. Like, what y'all think I should call y'all? Because I'm not liking Nene Navies no more. Or do y'all like Nene Navies? Y'all let me know though. But yes, I love y'all. See y'all soon. Bye.